Tell It to Someone is brought to you by Massive Book. Greetings and welcome to Tell It to Someone, the only show which is shortened slightly this week because I'm standing in mud. The first question is... The first question is from Pre-Cambrian Lullaby. Who do you prefer, the Beatles or the Rolling Stones? Well, the Beatles, they were bigger than Jesus. But Jesus was like this high, you know, because he was in ancient times and they were smaller then. And he was this high, and there was only one of him. And the Beatles, there were like 4 of them. 2 of them are dead now, I think. Is Paul dead? He came back. That's, it's also. So he's kind of like Jesus as well, except he's bigger. Like, about this big. So, yeah. So they're bigger than Jesus. But Rolling Stones, however, they gather no moss, except for Kate Moss. I think she gathered them all at one point. So Kate Moss gathers Rolling Stones, but she gathers everyone. Next question is from Alka Kissa. What is Satan's last name? Kate Moss. And the next question is from the Mission Noir. What is the difference between Aussie-style licorice and regular licorice? Well, with licorice, I mean, all licorice is... it has a somewhat laxative effect if you eat too much. Now, regular, it's kind of like that powder stuff that you get at the chemist or the supermarket that you've put into water, and yeah, like that sort of laxative. I mean, it comes in regular, and that makes you regular, and then it also comes in smooth texture. Next question is from Juluka. Dear Mr. Dangerously Talented, why do religious people wear those funny hats? Is it because God could pinpoint them from the ground better when... or what's the deal with that? See? Okay. Now, the reason why religious leaders tend to dress up funny with the pointy hats and the robes or the really shiny suits or the, all that sort of thing, is because religious leaders know that they're not selling much of a good thing. I mean, once you get to the place that they mention, they have a bit of a habit of not actually being all that they are depicted to be. So what they do is they have to dress up the part. They have to well, it's kind of like a pimp with his hose. They have to. The pimp has to, dress up in his hat and his suit, and his mustache and gold rings and stuff, in order to give him the status of being somebody who knows what shit they're going down with. It's the same with, for example, the Pope. The Pope with his red hat and his red shoes and his white robes. He's pimping. He's Pope Benny. He be pimping. So when they're pimping, you could tell a hoe or a congregation pretty much anything, and they're going to believe it. And the last question today is from Sean the Man 121. Has the flying spaghetti monster touched you with his noodly appendage yet? Well, I don't think he has, but here is an artist rendition of such an event. I'm standing here, minding my own business. Arr! Shiver me timbers! I'm going to go off to Pastafarian heaven now. And that's it for Tell It to Someone this week. If you would like to have me answer your questions, and if you've got any problems that you want me to answer, you've got any, need advice or whatever, then write it all down there. And I think there's no thinking music tonight. You can hear the cicadas instead. Hang on. And that's your thinking cicada music. Here is your dovetail question. I'm dangerously talented and I don't have a cool sign-off. This factory makes paint stripper. I've been had. And the beer in this volcano is warm.